night was running 10 when they got upside down with just a few laps to go. But did very well up until that point. Course driving. Shark racing engines rocking. We talk about usually think of Mark and all the early years with the Northern Sprint Tour. And then he retired and he came out of retirement back in 06 and he had this race won. There was a crash right in front of him with a few laps to go. He got collected. That's the night Jason Steins won. Willamette, Washington. Third-generation driver. His dad, John Starnes. His grandfather, Arnie Starnes. Both former Washington Midget Racing Association champions. His dad, John, raced here in a midget many moons ago. 14 years old. There's Jamie Barnes, the former champion of the series for 7N. ASCS national champion with 24 career victories, the defending Fred Brownfield Memorial Race champion, driving the F&J Construction, Murray & Son Enterprises, Shark Racing Engines, Triple X, out of Forty, Texas, Travis Ryland. On the outside of row number 2, it is the number 13 car. So we set a nice couple of weeks with 2 top 5s last weekend and a 7th place last night in Medford. They'd like to welcome on board the brand new sponsor, M&D Cabinets. In the Chad Nolan Racing, Eric Rowland Dentistry, Cross Creek Trucking, Finley Farms, Rogers Racing Engines, KPC entry, the 18-year-old out of Central Point, the Central Point Comet, Chad Nolan. Row 3, inside, 25C. 5th center point standings a year ago, the Mike Spence Center, Mike's Mobile Mix Concrete, Rogers Racing Engines, Maxim, Cascade Lakes Brewery, Maxter out of Park, AccuCon Concrete Services, the 23-year-old out of Bend, Oregon, is Sergeant Chad Groves. And right beside him, what a job last night. Started on the pole, finished 4th. The 21W, big win earlier this year in Marysville, California. It's the Douglas Promotions, Tony Bruce Jr. Promotions, Jan S. Welding, Andress Racing Engines, JEI, the 34-year-old from Medford. They call him Russ, Vern Wheeler. Row number 4. As we said, folks, it doesn't get much tougher than this heat race. 3 of our national stars actually making 4 of them in this first heat. And another guy racing here for the first time. One of the best sprint car drivers in all the world over the last 5 years. He's a former Lucas Oil ASCS national champion and the current point leader with 44 career wins. That's number 2 on the all-time list. A former short track national champion, former king of the 360s in Florida, a 2-time national Speedway champ, place overall, and a preliminary win at the Knoxville Nationals a couple of years ago. Many victories down under in Australia. The Raging Cajun, Jason Johnson. On the outside of row number 4, it's the number 23 car. He comes into the evening 4th in points. What a year up in Grays Harbor. He's won 6 of the 7 races. The current point leader, he raced nationally with many of these guys a year ago, and it shows. For the former Northern Sprint Tour Rookie of the Year in the Corridor Electric, Superior Marine, Overtime Sportswear, Westmeyer Racing Engines, Eagle, Powder Coatings Incorporated. As always, he races in memory of his sister, Ashley Bergman, and the Ashley Bergman Foundation, the 22-year-old out of Snohomish, Washington. Keep an eye on Seth Bergman and the 87A. All the way from Shawnee, Oklahoma. Again racing here for the first time, Andrew Marshalla. Race fans, your drivers in Heat 1. There they are. Front straightaway in the shade, backstretch in the sun. First of 4, 10 laps, 8 races. More cars you pass, more points you get. Chalk line in turn 4 is where we go race in front row, side by side, wing to wing, wheel to wheel. When they get there, Travis Brady, our flagman, will wave the green flag. Oklahoma, Montana, front row. Shaver Racing Engines, KPC entry, Rocket Designs, Brian Crockett Motorsports. Thanks as always to Phil Del Rosa, the 29-year-old out of Medford, the Rocket, Roger Crockett. On the outside of the front row, started on the pole last night, had a good run going until he spun, finishing 18th. It's the 4U Realty, Shark Racing Engines, Rocket, Premier Home Repair, the Rowdy Rebel, Elmo Lanes and Restaurant. Henry Dawson along for the ride this week. Your all-time Grays Harbor Raceway track record holder when he turned a 12.061 at an average speed of 111 miles an hour. That track record just 1/10 off the all-time 410 mark there. Out of Kirkland, Washington, one of the nice guys, Steve Baig. Row 2 on the inside. It's the number 72 car, another regular at the Grays Harbor Raceway, and a 4-time defending track champion. Nice to have him with us. Ran 11th at the Dirt Cup this year as they dropped in the 410. The Borden's Auto Parts, SK Motorsports, Don Ott, powered Triple X. For the 35-year-old out of Raymond, Washington. Everybody loves Raymond, and everybody loves Glenn Borden Jr.
I know, that's his badass. They're a street legal. You can drive it there.
And don't forget, folks, 50/50 tickets on sale. Lebanon Chamber Ambassadors selling the tickets. And don't forget as well, no smoking in the main grandstand area. It's pretty much status quo everywhere now, isn't it? You want to smoke down in front of the main grandstand on both the far right and the far left if you want to light up a dart, as they say. Again, we'll draw the big prize for the big money just before the A feature later on. All right, right beside Glenn Borden on the outside of row number 2. What a run last night. As we said, he had the elbows up. He finished second after starting 7th. He moved all the way up to 3rd in points. He has a Speedway win back in 07 at Skagit. It's the Olsen Brothers Excavating, SC Fuels, PRS Group, Shark Racing Engines, KPC, Valid Motorsports, PMI Truck Bodies and Powder Coating, the 29-year-old out of Tacoma, Washington, Mitch Olsen. Row number 3 on the inside, the 94. Nice run out of the B main to a 9th place finish last night. Big Civil War win a few weeks ago in Quincy, California. Up there, the Sierra Nevadas, the beautiful resort community where they race a couple of times a year. He won in Medford on Saturday night in their weekly program. Finished second in our season points last year for the 3rd generation driver, who apparently, rumor has it, has got a little something for Meadow Soprano. You'll have to ask him more about that. I don't know, folks. I just read what they're giving me. It's the BR Motorsports, King Racing Products, Fisher Racing Engines, Speed Tech, Dan Olsen Racing Products, Standard Engineering, MK Racing, Will Kennedy in the house, and Elma Lanes and Restaurant. Visalia, California. The ladies down there tell me, and sometimes the ladies in Western Oregon, so they say, there's nothing finer than Steven Tyner, car number 94. How's that for an intro? I'll hear about it. Outside of row 3, the 33 speed. I wonder if you watched Sopranos. Not a bad show, really, when you get right down to it. Second in Grays Harbor Raceway points this year with a victory. 4th in points in the series last year, and he was our hard charger last year. The Van Dam Dairy, GMS Metalworks, Jack Gilly Logging, Michael Shearway Industries, Sharp Powered Rocket, the 28-year-old from Enumclaw, Washington. There's another famous racer from there, isn't there? This is Henry Van Dam. Good friends with Casey Kane. Went to high school together. And actually, he's got a new sponsor as well, Factory Kane Shocks. Casey and his family working on some new shocks. Factory Kane Shocks on the 33D. Row number 4 on the inside, 26F, Junction City Muffler, Oregon Fuel Injection, Guaranteed Chevrolet, Springer Racing Engines, Maxim, Jack Volstead, Lockmead Farms. We remember back a few years ago when he led the whole NSCS race at Grays Harbor, right up until literally feet from the finish line. Roger Crockett got by. Out of Junction City, the 26F, Shane Forte. Not Shane Ford, that's Forte, and as we said last night, no relation to Saturday Night Live's Will Forte. For those of you scoring. Boy, these heat races, folks, they are... The number 6N, the former Northern Sprint Tour champion. Not a former Northern Sprint Tour champion, but he raced a number of Northern Sprint Tour races over the years and a lot of speed weeks to attack the finish. Ninth in points. Series Rookie of the Year. A nice run, third place last night. And he drives the GP Development, Crown Design, Dirt Solutions, Shark Racing Engines, ART, the 22-year-old from just outside Sacramento, Loomis, California, the home for Kyle Hurst. How about those Shark Racing Engines, folks? First, second, and third last night. Let's hear it for your drivers in Heat 2. The 23B bringing up their rear, coming into the night, 11 season points, second in our rookie points last year. It's the Steelhouse Roofing Supply, Drummond Engines, Maxim, Todd Auto Body. Welcome Todd and all the gang. Insurance Collision, and the world famous Hedge Carter Gunner Service. The 17-year-old out of Cottage Grove, Holland. Colin Baker. Let's see what he can do from the back. Can he get any of those valuable passing points? Crockett, Dang, front row. How many of you regulars here at Willamette Speedway remember the old track, the old half mile there? Just north of here, wasn't it? Yeah. A little bit? Yeah, just north. And if you had about the same distance on I-5 west that you came east here today, you will be in Corvallis, home of Oregon State University. And we see a lot of orange and black here tonight. How many Beaver fans are there? I see some. So, where are you Duck fans at? I knew that again. Ducks. Beavers. Washington Huskies. Cougars. Green flag. competition's so tough, and it's never easy to move up in the ranks. You kind of feel for some of those guys that threw those late numbers and got to start deep. It is tough with this competition. Going up to the scales, your winner, again, Roger Crockett. Got his first ever win in a full-size sprint car Skagit earlier this year, where he is 5th in points out of Cedar, Washington. Mad Mac Brown. The 2L on the outside of the front row, entering the evening in the number 16 spot in points. Got his first win, the full-size car in Cottage Grove earlier this year. It's the Steve Forler Trucking, Shark Racing Engine, Maxim, Speedmart, Hometown Sports, Digilendex, and Linex. The 17-year-old out of Corning, Washington is Leadfoot Logan Forler. Row number 2 on the inside, the number 10 machine. 21st in points. The defending Northwest Wingless Tour champion, former Cottage Grove 360 and limited sprint champ. Out of Eugene, the automotive sheet metal, Top 8 Machinery, Springer Racing Engines, Triple X, Brian Crockett Motorsport, TRW Tilling, Osterman Raceway. The 20-year-old is Kyle Miller. Right beside him, the 6th, the former Northern Sprint Tour champion. 4 career wins with the NST. 3 of them came right here. He drives the Altura Desert Rose Casino. Top Line Trucking, Nutter Racing Engine, Zeitler, Brent's Custom Trucks, Ledford Constructions, Rocket Design. On a Central Point, Billy the Kid Nutter. Row 3 inside, the 22. Nice job this year. Currently 9th in points. He ran 11th in the feature last night. The Linder Powder Coating, Cascade Fire Equipment, Maxim out of Medford, Karen Linder. Right beside him, got into the feature last night and moved all the way up to 12th in points for the youngster with 2 career Skagit wins in the Fire Down Graphics, Sandblasters Incorporated, Kip Bridge, sponsored Shark Racing Engines, Triple X. 20 years old from Monroe, Washington, Shane Brewers. Row number 4 on the inside. Couldn't make Medford last night. Nice to have him with us tonight. The only Canadian driver in the field. We have 2 cars, but the only Canadian driver in the field. For the former Skagit 410 and Sportsman Sprint champion, he ran second to Jason Sold up in Edmonton, Alberta on Saturday night in his first ever visit. It's the CSA Transportation Fire Down Graphics, Cars, Sand and Gravel, Tony Stewart Racing sponsored, Westmar Powered Maxim. A special thanks to Jack Dilly Logging from White Rock, British Columbia. He is the Yaletown Flash, Mike Melwicks. Right beside him, the 19 car, 10th in points, 2nd in our rookie points race. The friends and family, Beckler's Mobile Welding, Westmar Powered Maxim. Second generation driver. Behind the wheel of the Shark Racing Engines, Rocket, Tri-County Trust, the Valley Construction, Fire Down Graphics, Skagit Powder Coating, H2H Photos. Out of Cedar, Washington. She's got a long way to go and a short time to get there in this one. She's the fast girl, Danielle Hewson. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, race fans, that is your starting lineup for Heat 3 of 4. Washington, 17-year-old Mac Brown. Unbelievable, all these kids, isn't it? Mac Brown, the 96, 17 years old. The 2L right beside him, also 17. They've already got a number of years' experience. All right, folks, just like the Mandelbaum said in that oh-so-memorable Seinfeld episode, it's go time. Washington, Leadfoot Logan Borler picking up the victory. Kyle Miller, a late charge, just came up a little short. Nice run for second though. And Billy Nutter third in the 6-10. Again, always. Harley-Davidson, All Points Petroleum, Bailey Brothers powered KPC entry, the 32-year-old who already has a young daughter. He and his wife will have a young son next month as well. Out of Everett, Washington, the Bandit Jamie Barnes. And he has one Speedway win, and where did it happen? Right here at Willamette in 2003. Jamie Barnes and Roger Crockett, the only two winners of this race that could repeat here tonight. On the outside of the front row, another one of the young guns, the second youngest driver here with us. He's only 15. Made the feature last Sunday night in Cottage Grove on the 4th of July. There he is, beautiful looking race car. The 5M, the Napa Auto Parts, Perfection Clutch, Sun Electric, Rogers. We call him the Southern Oregon Sensation, Seth Nunez. Row 2 inside the 12P, representing the state of Idaho. Any folks from Idaho in the house? Boise. Meridian, Nampa, Pocatello. Do I hear Bonners Ferry up north? Kellogg, the home of the Frosted Flake. Wallace, home of Rusty and Kenny. Mike. Anyway, I digress. He's from Meridian. One of the nice guys. We talked about all the kids. He's the oldest driver in the field, 49. He'll love me for telling you that. The American Wall Cover, R&M Steel, Rocky Mountain Collision, Schwanky, Racing Engines Eagle, Randy Pierce. How about a pretty old dude? Randy Pierce. And I would never, ever call him a flying fossil. Outside Road 2, 5D. Member of a great racing family, the Dave DeWitt Dirt Incorporated, Shark Racing Engines Maxim. And as always, we throw in a special thanks, Dave, to 3D Manufacturing. I still wish this was the 3D instead of the 5D. Anyway, out of Snohomish, Washington, JD Josh DeWitt. Road 3, inside, car number 39, second in the point standings. For the former Northern Sprint Tour champion, three-time Skagit 360 National champion, and now a three-time Gold Cup champion up in Edmonton. Only Washington driver ever to win a World of Outlaw race, and he's done it twice. Once in this car, only the second. The only Washington driver to win an outlaw race, this car, only the second Canadian-based car to win an outlaw race. Tim G, the other one. It's Richard Savours. They call him Frenchie. Extreme Oil Field Technologies, Scott Safety Products, Double B Logging, Shark Racing Engines, Maxim. Special thanks to the Quebec Nordique as we harken back. From Burlington, Washington, races Jason Solo. Fastest man ever to travel around this track back in 2000, a 1:2.127. Jason has a Speedway win, so does this guy beside him in the OJ car, winning the Evergreen State Challenge. We'll never forget it in 06. When he beat, get a load of this, in 06, at the end of Speedway, he beat Jason Sides, Casey Kane, Steve Kent, and Roger Crockett for by far the biggest win of his career. For the 7-time Grays Harbor Raceway champion in the Iron Community Credit Union, Bulldog Trailers, Shipwreck Beads, Shark Racing Engines, Maxim. Again, a special thanks to Jack Dilly Logging, another one of the real nice guys from Shelton, Washington, OJ, J. Cole. Row 4, the 255 cars, side by side, just to confuse announcers and lap checkers. The 55X, third-year driver in the Fastenal, Cal Pacific Carbon, McKinleyville, Napa Auto Parts, Rogers Powered Eagle, the 19-year-old is Ryan Gomes. And the other 55 without the X, the Starks Timber Processing, TMC Concepts, Blue Dot Fabrication, Shark Powered State. So on the front row, we've got the second youngest driver, the 5NGS 15. On the back row, the 55, the youngest driver in the field at 14, and sandwiched in between, the 49-year-old of Randy Pierce. Folks, there's a lot of neat things about this sport. How many other sports, though, can you have the young teenagers racing against the older guys? Not many. Let's hear it for them, folks. There they be. Yeah, most most other sports, folks. You've got the youth leagues, the junior circuits, minor football, minor lacrosse, where the kids play with the kids. You've even got the seniors tour in golf and bowling, where the older guys play together. Here in our world, we race all together. Young against old, guys against girls. Fourth and final heat race. Jamie Barnes, Seth Nunez share the front row. Green one. And the 15-year-old Nunez, a wild ride as the red flag flew. 4 packs to Vegas Day, Thanksgiving weekend. A lot of us will be there, a lot of these race teams, and not much else going on at that time of year, so who knows who will show up. Last year, their last race of the year in Tucson in November, you had Sammy Swindell and Tim Kading racing for the win. And again, we'll give away tickets every night this week for the finals in Las Vegas. Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the big half mile. It also hosts NASCAR, Sprint Cup races, NHRA national events. How many of you saw the NHRA 18-wheelers heading south today? Man, there was a lot of them, weren't there? I saw Force, I saw Pedregon, I saw Taft, and a number of others heading south to Sears Point. I'm old school. None of this Infineon stuff or whatever it is. It's Sears Point. Always will be. Maybe Sonoma. Down in the beautiful wine country, not far from the Napa Valley and the beautiful Calistoga Speedway. How many of you have been to Calistoga?
You're damn right, darling.
We're going green this time, folks. Jamie Barnes and Randy Pierce, front row. Henry Van Dam on the outside of the front row in the 33B. Row number 2, the 19 out of Puyallup, Washington, is TJ Hartman. The 22 out of Medford is Garen Linder. The 73 is Danielle Hewson. The 23B is Colin Baker. And the 4th and final row, the 11 of Chief Brewers and the 55 of Trey Starks. Looks like we may have a winner here. Let's see here. 482. 971. That's it. Good thing you're listening. What's your name, bud?
Yancey Powers.
Where do you live?
Lebanon.
Who are you helping down there?
Tow truck.
All right, congratulations. There's your winner, folks. Let's hear it for them. We're going to hang right here as we get ready to go green. 12 laps of competition. First of 2. 12 laps, top 3 transfer. Jason Johnson out of Louisiana. Henry Van Dam from Washington. Share the front row. Green flag. Out here with the great fans, get some real fresh air. First of 2 B-main events, again 12 laps, the scheduled distance, top 3 move on. A lot of racers in this race not used to competing in B-mains. Jason Johnson, one of the best sprint car drivers in the world. Kennedy.
Starting front row inside in the 98M. From Tacoma, Washington, Olsen Brothers Vacuuming. SD Field from Tacoma, Washington, Mitch Olsen. Outside of Mitch Olsen. This is a very famous driver out in the California area. Winning the first ever Mark 40 Memorial Race and the GP Classic. From Loomis, California, the short racing engine. GP development, crown design, big young gun, Kyle Hart. Second row inside in the 96M, the Popeyes Chicken, Matt Brown. And starting outside of him in the 5D, it's Jammin' Josh DeWitt. Next row inside the 21W of the Wheelman, Bert Willard. Outside of him, the 26F of Sean Forte. One more time around, also the 87A. Andrew Marshall from Oklahoma, traveling to the National ASCS. Outside of him, the 25C from Bend, Oregon, Chad Crow. 2M, Mike Melwick. Outside from Canada, outside of him, the 27 Double D from Billings, Montana, David Hornet. Here we go, off to green.
Announcers, this kid should be working full-time somewhere, don't you think? And he will be. Bradley, seriously, you are doing an awesome job, man.
Thank you. Without you and Troy Henning down in Chico, California, I don't know what I would do. Well, here we go. Coming back down to green. 3 laps down. 3 transfer to the feature. Here we go. Nose to tail. Olsen leads them down.
Crockett has won this race 3 times, more than anybody else. He's also won more series races in this track than anybody else. The only other driver in this field with a Billy Nutter does have regular season wins in the Northern Spring Tour. Much more than anyone else. It would be their first. And as we said moments ago, with the win, Crockett was high on the all-time. Hey, Lebanon, you know what time it is? Of course you do. Time to get everybody up on your feet for that sprint car tradition as we go 4 wide for you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's race number 2 of Speedway Northwest 2010, and this is your feature main event. Let them hear ya. ASCS Northwest Region Pace Truck. Get everybody back in their proper starting positions before we turn them loose. After we're done, you're all invited to sit there and get up close and personal with these drivers and their racing machines. Again, we watched the race up front. We also watched some of those guys that had to get here through the B feature, deep in the field, to see if they can't move up. on this always tough Willamette Speedway. Travis Brady, flagman, turns off the traffic lights and says one more time around. Again, 20 cars, 30 laps, the scheduled distance, and $2,000 to the winner, and a whole lot of pride and prestige. Which now it's time to batten down the hatches. Somebody quickly lock the door, because things are gonna get wild. Roger Crockett and Jay Cole, front row, here we go. Try it again, folks. 30 laps. Crockett and Jay Cole, the front row stays the same. We'll try it again, folks. Here we go. In this 30-lap feature, Crockett the leader. Right foot goes down, the noise goes up. We're back to green. Texas, Travis Riley. Remember the interview earlier tonight? He loved to challenge Crockett. Tyner, California. And Forland, that's your top 5. Race fans again, just making our way through the crowd. Get back across the track, champ with Roger. That's what he said, folks. He wins this race. For the fourth time, his seventh career win here. He's now won over half our series races this year, 4 out of 7. Time was on the all-time was getting a trophy to make $2,000 check. We're making our way through the crowd here. Birthday present for his dad. Here it is again, folks. Roger Crockett, your winner. Roger never gets old for the You didn't mind seeing those yellows when they came out of the time. It was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I wanted the stupid
line.
line.
I felt like we were pretty darn good. But on the second half, the restarts where you get the slider coming in there. So, just have to run the car really, really hard. You know, on the restarts, especially if you want to do that naturally. Just try to relax and nice combination.
You're going to get your own numbers on the riding lot. Which one of those
Right now, right now, it's really good. My dad's birthday, which I just took time to do again. It's nice to have that again.
always top with the series, but especially slow series, between night lights and night far international drivers in the field. All the other drivers in the series, and you won this race 4 times now, more than anybody else.
Yeah, we've always done pretty good job here. Always had a pretty strong car here. It's always been very good behind you, you know. Our team working so well together right now. It's got car package. And it's got really good behind you here. And of course, you know, back to the after race champions. And we all did stuff like that.
Time with 13 first Speedway wins, one of the great ones ever on the West Coast Speed. That means a lot to you.
Yeah, especially get to drive the car you used to ride. You know, it's a lot of fun racing the car here. And it was nice to tie in, and the weekend went over yet. I got to thank all the 24-hour tech security, STS Racing, EC Motorsports, and course for organizing.
You're working your way towards Saturday night, huh?
Yeah, we definitely made a good, strong crew here tonight, getting momentum after our way up last night. And, you know, we got some unfinished business there last year with winning and just screwing up my part not having cars that could come here.
How about all these Northern California guys up front? You've raced against a lot of these guys through the years. Tyler, even Tyler, that's nice to see.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to have a Northern car up front winning. Usually the California cars up there winning, so it's kind of nice for that. And it's nice having the national guys here and running against them is great. You know, it really lets us know where we're at in our program right now. And I think it's pretty good.
Well, we hit the banks tomorrow. We've only raced there once. You beat Daniel Sosky that night 2 years ago. And we'll see you there tomorrow, Roger. Congratulations again.
Thanks again. Yep, we'll be there. Ready to go.
Congratulations to all the crew.